I'd like you to meet someone. This is one of the children of the world. Faceless, elongated, reaching. To me, they look like ghosts. To me, they are family. These memories of men, women I walk with the Arizona desert at age 16. Escaping the Civil War of El Salvador in 1989. That journey was my physical migration. But even after reaching the United States, I didn't realize that my journey was not over. It had just begun. I still had 2 more migrations to cross, a mental migration and a spiritual migration. My name is Oscar Molina, and I'm here today to speak about these 3 pillars of migration, not as a theory, but as a life I have lived. For some, this migration is a choice. It's a deliberate search for a new horizon. For others, it is force. And that is my story. It's about fear. It's about danger. It's about leaving family behind and facing a treacherous crossing. This physical migration is about one thing: survival. It is about moving the body from a place of violence to a place of safety. We travel at night, and in that complete darkness, I could see the silhouette of people in front of me and the people behind. Just a slow moving line in the sky. In that desert field, you felt like you could almost reach up and touch the stars. But as I learned, physical safety is only the beginning. This brings me to the second pillar, the mental migration. Arriving in the US was like entering a new kind of desert. When I arrived in New York, I became one of the invisible people, the ones behind the kitchen, in the landscape fields. When you arrive in a new land, many people fall. They get lost in repeating habits that destroyed identity, but I knew I had to build something for myself. So at night, after a long day of physical labor, I went to school. I studied architecture, landscape designs and draftings, and English as a second language. I wasn't just building walls. The real borders I needed to cross were the ones in my own mind. This mental migration is about the journey from feeling invisible to finding your own voice. For some, it's music, poetry, volunteering, entrepreneurship. For me, it was art. This is what faceless sculptures represent. They embody the invisibility, but they also hold a universal truth. They can be anyone. They can be your ancestors. They can be your neighbor. They can be you in any moment you have felt unseen in your own life. But even with a voice, there is a final journey, the third pillar, the spiritual migration. This isn't about religion. It is about the journey of turning pain into purpose. I built a highly successful masonry business. I had achieved the American dream. I had a house, a family, and a successful company. But something was still missing. I had arrived, but I was not fulfilled. I still had to migrate spiritually. My true purpose was not to build walls, but to build bridges between cultures. I started painting first as a therapy. I went back to the memories of that desert. But this time, something was different. I wasn't feeling fear anymore. I was seeing hope. I realized that I couldn't remember the faces of all the people I walked with all those years ago. So I made a decision. I will memorialize them and I will see them with my heart. And that is when my art transformed. My sculptures became ethereal, weightless. Their elongated forms aren't just walking, they are reaching for the stars that I saw back in the desert, reaching for connections, reaching for something greater. So I ask, look again at this child. We are all migrants. You may not have to cross the desert, but you will have to migrate from a job you hate to a passion you love. You will have to migrate from grief to healing. You will have to migrate from being unseen to being heard. My journey is not unique. It is human. So I ask you, what borders do you need to cross? What is your mental migration? And what is that spiritual migration that will allow you to finally see with your heart? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.